Local Licensing Authority meeting is called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Berlin,
Present.
Brown, Cohen,
Present.
Merska, Marsh-Holshin,
Here.
Maxey,
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum present. Each member of the authority has a copy of the minutes of the August 3rd, 2022 Licensing Authority meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? Seeing and hearing none, the minutes of the meeting of the Licensing Authority of August 3rd, 2022 stand approved as submitted by the Assistant City Clerk. We'll move to agenda item 3A, 2000 West Midway Boulevard LLC doing business as Night Owl Lounge, Night Owl Lounge LLC doing business as Night Owl Lounge transfer of ownership, tavern liquor license. Members of the authority have a copy of the application along with the agenda memorandum which sets forth the staff's review. Are representatives present?
Yes.
Would you please state your name and your business address for the record, please?
Yes, my name is David Medina, and the business address is 2000 West Midway Boulevard, Broomfield 80020.
Thank you, Mr. Medina, and welcome.
Thank you.
Does the authority have any questions for Mr. Medina? Mr. Medina, I do. Just for the record then, would you please state your past experience with liquor services and whether you've ever had any violations in any of the businesses in which you've been involved?
My previous experience involves bartending since about 2015. After that, becoming the general manager of a couple different restaurants and bars downtown or down in Denver. No violations on my end. And then I currently am on a hotel and restaurant liquor license for my restaurant in downtown.
Thank you. And you understand the provisions that if there are disturbances, you're mandated to contact the City of Broomfield Police Department?
I am.
Thank you. I have no further questions. Does anybody else? Seeing no further questions, what's the pleasure of the licensing authority? May I have a motion, please? Mr. Cohen, you're muted.
Sorry, just trying to find the script on my many tabs here. So there's a motion to move that the licensing authority approve a transfer of ownership of the 2000 Midway Boulevard doing business as Night Owl Lounge Tavern Liquor License to Night Owl Lounge LLC doing business as Night Owl Lounge.
And a second?
Second.
We have multiple seconds. And just one addition to that, it'd be West Midway Boulevard. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Berlin,
Aye.
Brown,
Abstain.
Cohen,
Yes.
Merska, Marsh-Holshin,
Yes.
Maxey.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passes. Mr. Medina, thanks for being with us tonight and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
You as well.
Thank you. We'll move to agenda item 3B, Thai Noodle Den LLC doing business as Bangkok Avenue, application for a new hotel and restaurant license boundary setting. Members of the authority have a copy of the application along with the agenda memorandum which sets forth the staff's review. Would the staff please summarize the material?
Yes, sir. All that is necessary at this point is to note receipt of the application, establish the neighborhood boundaries, and set the date and time for the hearing. The suggested neighborhood boundary is the area within the radius of 1 mile from the premises of the proposed license.
Thank you. Do we have a representative from this application?
Yes, I'm right here. Can you hear me?
I can.
My name is Matt Stevens. I'm the owner.
And would you please list your business address for the record, please?
Yes, the location is 3700 West 144th Avenue, Suite E1200, and that's Broomfield, Colorado 80030.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Stevens, do you have any objections to the proposed neighborhood boundary?
No, I looked at the map. It looks okay to me.
Sounds good.
I did have one question. How many, this is my first time doing this. How many signatures were you expecting to see?
I'm going to defer to council on this one.
So, sir, there is no requirement or required number of signatures. I assume you're talking about the petition, correct?
Yeah. Sorry, yes.
Correct. Okay. So there is no required number of signatures that you need to provide to the board. In fact, there is no requirement that the petition happen. The petition is simply one way that an applicant could choose to establish desirability or lack of opposition in the neighborhood.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Any additional questions, Mr. Stevens?
I don't think so. If I think of anything in the next month, I'll ask Claudia, but I think I understand everything so far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any discussion by any members of the LLA? Seeing none, then what's the pleasure of the authority? May I have a motion, please?
I can make it. I have to read all three graphs, right?
Yes.
All right, I'll move that the local licensing authority notes receipt of the application for a new hotel and restaurant liquor license at 3700 West 144th Avenue, Suite E1200, Broomfield, Colorado, 80030. That the local licensing authority set a public hearing on the said application for 5:30 p.m. on October 5th, 2022, to be held in City Council chambers in the George DeCero City and County Building. And that the local licensing authority establish the neighborhood boundaries for the subject application as the area within a radius of 1 mile from the applicant's proposed location as attached.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. Any discussion on that motion? My question is, will we be live on October 5th or will it be via Zoom call?
Are you asking me?
No, Ms. Duran.
So far, all I have on next month's agenda would be a transfer. I don't have anything else. And also this public hearing. So I'm not too sure, Joel.
I think based on the fact that this is a public hearing, the next month we would want to do this one live in chambers.
Thank you. So that clarifies that we'll have the public hearing at the City Council chambers. Any further discussion? Seeing none, then would the clerk please call roll?
Lynn,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Cohen,
Aye.
Merska, Marsh-Holshin,
Aye.
Maxey.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passes. Mr. Stevens, we'll see you in a month.
Sounds great. Thanks. See
Thank
then.
you. We'll move to agenda item 3C. Hunwoo Visions Incorporated doing business as 287 Liquor Mart. Sonoma Incorporated doing business as 287 Liquor Mart. Transfer of ownership, retail liquor license. Members of the authority have a copy of the application along with the agenda memorandum, which sets forth the staff's review. Are representatives present?
It does not appear that anybody is present.
No. I sent the agenda and the script over to the council for this business and also to the owner. And a week ago, I did correspond with the council and she said that she would be here via Zoom.
Should we postpone this one till the end of the meeting and possibly place a phone call to council to see whether she can get on the call? Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's move to agenda item 3D. Fullsteiner Enterprises LLC, doing business as High Five Liquors, request for tasting permit. Members of the authority have a copy of the application along with the agenda memorandum which sets forth the staff's review. Mr. Fullington,
How's it going?
I'm good. Good seeing you again. Would you
Nice to
please
see you all
state your
again.
name? Would you please
Yeah,
state your name for the record and your business address?
Yeah, my name is Garrett Fullington, High Five Liquor at 5099 West 120th Avenue, Broomfield, Colorado, 80020.
Thank you. Does the authority have any questions for the representative? Just for the record, would you state the times and the days that you will be involved with the tasting?
Yeah, so Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays are the days I wish to do tastings. I think you'll see from there, I kind of just selected every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have no intention of doing, 156 of them a year. Those are just the windows that would be available to me. And I'd like to say I really do want to focus on local businesses, smaller distilleries, smaller breweries, and really try to promote Broomfield and the surrounding neighborhoods.
And the maximum number of drinks any person can consume and the size of those drinks?
So for wine and spirits, it's half ounce. For beer, it's an ounce. And all of that combined is maximum of 4.
And your control plan?
Control plan is really just being there and being present to it. I or a licensed manager will always be with a representative for brewery or winery or distillery. And beyond that, we're going to have a logbook, which will log everybody who wants to do a tasting. We'll get their name, their ID, or their identification, their license number. And then beyond that, we can kind of monitor how many samples they've had. We're a fairly small store, so it's not like somebody could walk around and then kind of sneak back in line kind of thing. But I think having the actual written log will help with that.
And your process for ensuring that no beverage leaves the building?
Really not allowing anyone to leave the tasting area, which, as you can see there, is just kind of right by the front door. No one will leave the tasting area with the sample. Samples will be consumed directly in front of us.
Thank you. Are there additional questions from anyone? Seeing none, what's the pleasure of the authority? May I have a motion, please?
Okay. I move that the local, am I on unmute? Yeah.
Yes, you're fine.
I move that the local licensing authority approve a tasting permit for the retail liquor store license of Fullsteiner Enterprises LLC, DBA High Five Liquor.
And is there a second, please?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call roll?
Berlin,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Cohen,
Aye.
Merska, Marsh Holshin, Maxey,
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passes. Thanks for being with us again, Mr. Fullington. Good to see you.
Good to see you all too, and thank you all so much, and we'll see you again soon.
Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
We'll move back to agenda item 3C. Did we have any luck contacting council?
So I just got off the phone with counsel, who was not 100% committed to being representing the party in this matter. And it sounds like from her understanding, the party never communicated that this was a hearing that she needed to be at. So given that we have no parties here, I would simply recommend that we continue this matter to the next meeting, the meeting in October.
Do we need a motion on that?
You would need a motion on that.
I have a motion to postpone this hearing until next month.
Second,
Actually, Ms. Brown, you would need to make the motion.
oh, I would.
Yes.
I move to postpone this matter until next month.
And now a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Will the clerk please call roll?
Erlin,
Aye.
Brown,
Aye.
Cohen,
Aye.
Merska, Marsh Holshin, Maxey.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passes. And once again, I guess the individual requesting the transfer will be notified, and then he or she coordinates with his own counsel. Is that correct? We'll go to agenda item 4, petitions and communications. There are no petitions and communications. Police Department report. There's no police department report. City and county attorneys report.
There is no city and county.
There's none. And if there's no other business to come before the authority, the meeting will be adjourned. Any other business? Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. We'll adjourn the meeting.